and welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, That Mania. And today, we have the Doctor Strange in the MoM Scarlet Witch. I was originally going to get both the WandaVision one and this one, but because the WandaVision one had like the weird shoulders and the head sculpt didn't look that great, I just decided I'll get the deluxe version of this one, call it a day. Got postponed forever, but here it is now, and I'm super happy. And my dog is not happy because I'm filming in here and she just wants to lay down. And I won't let her because I'm filming. But here's the box. Before we start with the figure, obviously. All her. No Strange. You can see some pictures from the movie. Her head. There's a little head right there. Her whole body right there doing a little dance. There's a couple fractures here and there that have pictures of her as well. You can see the Illuminati chamber right there. It's kind of cool. On the top, we got Doctor Strange and MoM. On the side is just more red. On the back here, we have all of the words you really didn't come here to care about. And back to the front. So, you didn't come here for the box, you came here for the figures. So let's get this box out of here. And let's get the figure out, shall we? So here we have the figure out of the box, and I know the first thing you're going to say is, Metro Man, why do you still have the thing around the neck? Because I haven't taken it off yet. Have you ever considered that? Have you noticed that I don't do that very often? I like keeping it on there just to see if you notice. Nobody's pointed it out yet, and I'm going to keep doing it until somebody points it out. And just because I've been lazy, I forgot about it. So, initial impressions are, I really like this outfit. I'm a big maroon guy. I like the color maroon. I don't like purple, but I like maroon. There's a difference there. This has got that nice maroon black blend that I live for. So it's a nice outfit. You don't have to worry about like non-seamless arms because the outfit covers the whole thing really nicely. The sculpted hair looks really good. I like the way the crown sits on the head a little bit higher. I need to fix it so it's a little bit more in because it is connected through the hair and it moves if you move her too much, which is a little bit annoying. But all in all, the outfit does look really, really good. And I'm super happy with it for initial impressions. So, let's get her off the spinning turntable of doom and take a closer look at Wanda here herself. So, for starters, like most figures, she does come with an array of hands. You can see here, most of your normal hands. You'll notice she doesn't come with glowy hands this time around. Most of her other figures have glowy hands for when she's using her glowy powers. This one does not. She just has ashen fingers, which I guess is also very cool. We'll look a little bit more at that when we actually look at the hands. She also has her glowy effects. Pretty sure this is pretty much the same one they've been using. It's just a little bit darker than normal. It's the same for both sides. Also this little... I dropped it. Also this little glowy ball. It's kind of cool. It's not the coolest. She has these two extra little flaps. They go here and... They go here and here, and I'll show you a little bit later on. But those are specific for when she's sitting crisscross applesauce. And she comes with a separate hairpiece in case you want to switch, which again I will also show you a little bit later on. And then she comes with the Darkhold. Nice book. It's got some writing in the pages, which is really cool. But obviously this is the page it wants you to be on. Comes with a little thing to hold said book when it's in the big final accessory. So the big final accessory, let's move her just slightly, is the reason to buy the deluxe is the big cranial orb. The thing she sits in when she's got the Darkhold. And it also has the candles at the bottom. The candles are a separate ring, so they do come off and are unattached. You just need to slide them into each other. They don't have a very good way of holding together, which is a little bit of a shame. So yes, this cranial, which I will show later with her in it, is a very cool piece. And I'm super happy to have bought the deluxe just specifically for all of this. So, let's take a closer look at the Scarlet Witch. So after we talk a little bit about the face, I will switch out the hair to show you that. See if I can get a bit more light on this. Hold on, give me 1 second. So this is part of the, right before they started releasing all the figures with movable eyes, I did check just to make sure, and her eyes sure do not move. It's a shame, because I feel like it would add a little bit more life to this figure. But like I said, the crown does, if you're very careful, come off. There's 2 slots in the hair that are very noticeable when the crown's not in. And I will leave the crown out for now, but it does look really nice. It's got a nice crown feel. It is very fragile, so be careful with it. So you can see the sculpt, and it looks really good compared to the WandaVision version. Again, I don't have it to compare, but it's definitely, it's leagues better than the WandaVision version. So it's weird that they released this prototype while the WandaVision version wasn't done, and then still released the WandaVision one, which wasn't as good. And again, the sculpted hair, it does a really good job. If the artisan line was around when this figure was being made, this would probably have been an artisan version as well, because the hair is something that easily could go for a rooted option. I can see a lot of people sending this to third-party people to root this for them. It's definitely a not bad choice, especially for something like this. And now let's take this separate hair here. So the hair is just magnetized. You can see there's 3 spots, 3 magnets. So you just take the other magnet, and this one should just, it just kind of fights with the body for a second, but once you get it to sit, it'll sit. And as you can see, that also looks really nice. The hair in the front looks really good, and the crown, still an option, obviously. So you just gotta slide that into the side pieces, and you can get a nice front hair option, which looks just as fantastic as the back hair option. Moving on, let's look at the beautiful outfit here. I mean, look at all the detail in that. Just the, like, the triangular shape there alone. It's got all these little ripples and indents. I have no clue how they make stuff like this. It really does impress me every time. I know there's a lot of work and tailoring that goes into stuff like this, and you can really tell in a figure like this, especially with all the extra pieces. I don't know where my hat just went. With all the extra pieces going on here and there, especially just all these small little like detailed ripples. It looks really good. I love this little black like meshing into the maroon lines there. It's like a more like an asheny feeling, which kind of has the same vibe all around. It looks like it was maroon, but like black has seeped into it because it's like a darker, more eviler look. The collar also looks really good, as you can see right here on the top. It's got a nice little openness to it, but it's not too open where it's exposing anything. The belt is a fun one. It's got like angular evil points to it. And if you were wondering what these extra things were for, if we raise her arm, this is also on a magnet. And you would take this extra one and you would put it right in here. And this is for when she's sitting crisscross applesauce, so you don't damage these by folding them. This way she can sit. I would not suggest her sitting for very long because it'll probably damage the leg parts of her body. But I mean, it would be a nice pose for just a little bit, even for just, you know, like a day or two. I would not hold it for much longer than that. But the belt does look good as well. The skirt bit is really cool because it does have a little bit of a wiring to it. I love the way it's like frayed and broken. It's giving me like a blade feeling to it with the way it's like draped with red on the inside. It looks really good. The boots are, nothing to be right home about, but they do make the look come together with that black maroonish red look. It definitely screams Scarlet Witch. So let's do some comparison, shall we? I don't have many Scarlet Witches, but I do have one. Let's get her out then. So the one Scarlet Witch I do have is the Civil War version, which I got for a steal, by the way. Absolute steal. This guy goes for a lot of money now, or this girl. But you can see just how much different the outfits are. I know the Endgame is also coming out, which is just pretty much the Civil War version, but more updated, which I will be picking up. Because it definitely is a good improvement on that, and it'll go nice on the Endgame shelf, or Infinity War shelf, depending on what shelf you're collecting. But just, between the skin tones and the outfit and the body proportions, you can see how much it has changed over the last, how many years. And it is really impressive to see how much Hot Toys has come. Especially because this figure just shows me how humid it is outside compared to this one, which obviously has sculpted hair, which definitely does it more for me. A lot of people are fans of sculpted hair, but when it's done right, I don't care because it looks really good. So enough about Scarlet Witch. Let's bring out some other Multiverse of Madness figures and see how they all line up together. So here's all the figures I have for Multiverse of Madness. I have not gotten Dead Strange yet. I know I really want to get Dead Strange, but I haven't gotten around to getting Dead Strange yet. But I do have Strange, regular Strange, who looks great, who I did a review on as well, if you were wondering about that. And I have Wong, who is also pretty decent, but I did not do a review on him. Obviously, I have Scarlet Witch, who I'm doing a review on right now. But I feel like Wong's a little short. His stand is a little bit taller than theirs as well. I might eventually do a body swap on Wong, because again, I feel like he's just slightly too short. But for now, I'm not too worried about it because of the way he lines up. It's all fine. Shocked Hot Toys has not done a Wong yet, but Toys Era, for the most part, did a good job on him, so I'm not too worried. Anyway, I do have one more figure I do want to bring out. Not something you would expect, but it's something I'd like to show just in case you were wondering what they look like next to each other. Alright, whatchamacallit, book gang, get out of here. So last but not least, just in case you really wanted to know what this Scarlet Witch would look like next to her very dead brother Pietro, this is what the two of them look like next to each other. He is taller, which makes sense. He's got a little bit more, he's a bit older. He's from like 2015, 2016, so that just makes sense. There's definitely a difference in quality between these two, but, for an Age of Ultron figure, the Quicksilver is really good. But they do look not too bad next to each other. They got a bit more comic-y look to them. Not like fully, especially with Scarlet Witch, but it does look a bit closer than it used to, for at least for Scarlet Witch. She finally got an outfit that's a bit more comic-y. But I think that's enough for comparisons. I think you're tired of it. So let's just get to Articulation. Before we move on to Articulation, I just wanted to know if this head sculpt looked good on the Civil War figure. And I mean, in a way it does, if you want to consider that good. The neck does just disappear. If you switch the body on this figure, this head would be great for it though. But I just wanted to show you what happens if you do. Here, let's look at that. The necklace Wanda. Anyway, back to Articulation. So, with Articulation, with this sculpt on, you do, I'm happy to report, get a very tight life-ending 360 degrees. The neck does come off a little bit, but that one was my fault. It goes up that far and down that far. With the other hair, you get about that much and that much. Arm goes up that far, no problem. Arm goes up that far, no problem. Arm goes back that far, no problem. And a pretty decent bend. Get a little bit of back crunch, no real front crunch. Spreads about that much. Leg goes up that far. Knee bends about a 90 with no problem. And split cut, so you do get some range of articulation. So Wanda does get some good poses, which is good, because the final pose she's about to be in is quite taxing. So, let's get to the end of the video now, shall we? Man, getting Wanda's legs to bend is really challenging. I could probably do it more, but I really don't want to push it, because I really don't want to hurt the material, because it's not going to stay like this. But the blurble ball is really cool. You could probably put Doctor Strange in here as well for like the end of the movie when he's blurbling. And then he becomes, Dead Strange using the Darkhold and gets the magic third eye. You know how it is. You've seen the movie, or else you would be watching the figure video, unless you really, really just wanted the figure and didn't want to watch the movie. If you want to I can give you a whole rundown of the movie real quick, but that might take too long. So we probably we'll just skip that for now. So it's a pretty nice figure. It's got a lot going on. It's not overly complicated to the point where I'm like, oh my god, there's too much going on. Because some suits do have that. There's a lot of suits in Marvel that just have too much going on. This, as much as it does, I feel like it's also at the same time simplistic and it's too much going on. So it works out really, really well. Because like you look at it, and you would definitely see the detailed design, but it all flows into one larger design, so it just looks good. It's not too many like shapes and all this stuff all over the place that a lot of suits like to do, which is always a thing that I'm not a big fan of, overwhelming different shapes. But this one definitely does flow. It looks good, and again, I'm a huge fan of the color scheme of black and maroon. So that's a win in my book. How do you guys feel about this figure? Is this one on your list? Did you get it already? Are you still waiting for Sideshow to ship it out? Because Sideshow takes forever to ship things out, which is why this video is 2 months late. Just something that happens, man. Sideshow hates me. I don't understand Sideshow sometimes, because, Sideshow, I ordered my Captain Rex before my buddy. My buddy got it, like, after I started Hot Toys, and I'd ordered Captain Rex and paid it off, and Sideshow sent him his before me, even though mine was paid off and ready for, like, half of a year before his was. But whatever. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe, because subscribing, it just gets you one step closer to being on my best friend list. The list it's an exclusive list, so if you subscribe, you're one step closer to being my best pal. List is, the book is open. It's just up to you to get on it. And if you subscribe, please feel free to like the videos, because liking the videos helps out a lot, helps more people see the videos, which helps more people subscribe, which helps fill up that best friend list that is empty right now. And, always feel free to comment, because I'm always around to respond to your comments. You guys comment some fun stuff, and I love talking to you guys. You guys make the videos all worth it. And it makes it a lot more fun when you do comment, because again, I like talking to you guys. And with all that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and thank you for watching another 6-scale figure review. Hope to see you next time when I review something maybe new. I will see you then.